Hello, 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 everyone. It's Betsy here, and we're going to do another word problem with percents. So let's get started. I'm going to use both methods again. So here we go. Remember, what does of mean? Of means times. And is? Yes, equals. So we're going to use that when we do this first problem. So I have what is. So I don't know what is, but we're going to make it a variable because I don't know what is. So here we go. What? I'll call it X. Is means what? It means equals. Now, we need to change the percent in the word problems to decimals if we're going to use this method. And how do I do that? I divide by 100, which is the same thing as moving the decimal back 2 places. So I get 0.225. All right, I just moved that decimal back 2 places. Now, what does of mean? What do you think? It's on the board. What does it mean? Of means times. So I'm going to put a big dot there to represent times, 64. Now, before we go any further, we want to know what 22.5% of 64 is. Well, half of 64 is 32. So we know our answer has to be less than 32. So if you get an answer even close to 32, that's not going to be right. Think about whether your answer makes sense when you do this. All right. So let's go ahead. I have X equals 0.225 times 64. And if I do that on my calculator, 0.225 times 64, I get 14.4. So 14.4 is 22.5% of 64. That makes sense. All right, now let's do it with the other method. I'm going to use the proportions. Percent over 100 equals is over of. Now, it says the percent is 22.5%. There's my percent, so I'm going to put that in for percent. Put it over 100. They tell us the of. Remember, whatever comes after the of is the of. Of is 64. Of goes on the bottom. And then what is? We're looking for the is. So that's an X. So how many of you remember how to solve a proportion? Remember, a proportion, you got a fraction equal to a fraction, you cross multiply. So that's what we're going to do. 22.5 times 64. And we get 1440 equals 100 times X is 100X. But I don't want 100X. We want to know what X is. So it's 100 times X. They're timesing, so we need to divide. So let's go ahead and divide here. Let me get a different color out. I'm going to divide both sides by 100. And when I do that, I get, we're just moving the decimal 2 places, 14.4. And that's my answer. Ta-da! All right, you guys, we got one more to do. So if you want to continue to do some more of this, check out the next video in the playlist. And have an awesome day. And thank you for listening. And I hope you subscribe.